Anyway, the Sunday night game, Ravens at the Patriots. This line opened up Ravens -7. It's still 7. So yeah, can the Patriots not disappoint us again?
I don't think so. Just for the record, I'm looking at Billy's lineup right now. He does not have Goff listed as a contrarian play, so I'm putting words in his mouth. So just that's on me right there. But no, the Patriots, the dynasty is over, ladies and gentlemen. Not in its entirety, but they have to rebuild a little bit at this point. They're not a playoff team this year. They almost just lost to the Jets. I still don't know how that possibly could have happened. They looked horrible last night. They made Joe Flacco look elite, which is a sentence I hate uttering. I've hated that for years. But that's what he looked like last year. I mean, they have a good offensive line, but they're banged up elsewhere. Their secondary is good. The rest of the defense, not so much. And they just have no pass catching weapons. Like, I like Jacoby Myers as much as the next guy, but he can't be your number one receiver, and you expect to do much on offense. The Ravens, their defense is very good. They just shut down the Colts offense, which I know isn't anything great, but the Patriots don't have many weapons outside of Cam Newton. So we're talking about Cam Newton in the rushing game can't get going against the Ravens. They're going to have a lot of trouble moving the ball because Myers is going to be the focal point of the Ravens defensive coverage. And I don't know if N'Keal Harry is going to be back at that point, and I don't know if that even makes a difference. So the Ravens just have the advantage everywhere, especially on the offensive side of the ball. The Patriots have been very weak against the run recently. They just let Frank Gore run like crazy on them. So I just have no faith in them containing a Ravens offense that averages 170.1 rushing yards per game, which is the most in the NFL. The Patriots are going to bounce back at some point, but they match up so poorly with the Ravens. There's no reason to pick them in this when they could only beat the Jets on a last-minute field goal by a kicker with a bad back. So I'm on the Ravens here for 3 to 4 units. I am just going to fade the Patriots until the lines associated with them are more accurate, because I personally think that Baltimore is probably 10 points better than the Patriots at this point.
Yeah, you're probably right. I have some concern with the Ravens because Ronnie Stanley's out and Calais Campbell's out. Like, there's two of their best players are not going to be in this game. So the Ravens aren't as good as people think they are just based on those injuries. But the Patriots are, man, they almost lost to the Jets. Like, that was just so bad. If their offense had struggled and like they eked out like a 20-16 win or something like that, I would feel better about them than what happened last night, because their defense just couldn't stop Joe Flacco at all. And I know the Jets had a fully healthy receiving corps for the first time all year, but like, I don't know, like Jamison Crowder, like he barely even did anything. It was Rashad Perriman and Denzel Mimsy doing all the work, and it was just like what is going on? Like JC Jackson's like falling down all the time. No, I know Stephon Gilmore wasn't playing, but still, I feel like the Patriots should have done a lot better, and I just think they're gonna have trouble with Lamar Jackson. Like they struggle against the run, and I thought heading into the Jets game, I was like, all right, the Jets can't run. Patriots run defense won't be exposed. They should be able to handle Joe Flacco. And that didn't happen. So the Ravens should run all over the Patriots, I think. And the Patriots have no pass rush. I'm right there with you with the Ravens. I think if the Patriots had a full week off and to like make adjustments, that would help at least. But they're coming off the Monday night game. It's a short week. I don't think they'll be able to make all the adjustments they need to make. And so that hurts as well. So I'm going to be on the Ravens with you. This is the one game I'm not betting because with Stanley out and Campbell out, I feel like we're getting bad value. But I do think Baltimore's the right side.
Yeah, I can get not betting them because of those two injuries. But what I flash back to is last year's game against the Ravens. And granted, I know the teams are a lot different now, but the Ravens ran like crazy on the Patriots in that game. Patriots had no chance. And that was with a significantly better defense than what they have right now. So I know Lamar Jackson's not as good as he was last year right now. He might not be fully healthy. I keep harping on that knee injury designation he had early in the season and him being a little bit more wayward on his passing this year. But I still think that they're going to run it right up the middle like crazy, run read option stuff with Lamar, and the Patriots aren't going to be able to keep pace with it. But we'll see what happens. Doubting Bill Belichick rarely works. but this is one of the times I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Scott here is saying teaser. I would not put Baltimore in a teaser. If they were -8, I think I would do it. But 7, you're not getting the full 7. So like mathematically, it's just not that good. I'll say this. I think on the teaser this week before we get to the final game, let's get the final game first because I think it's going to be in the teaser.